understand that we're actually getting a live feed from inside of the courthouse that you're standing in front of. Let's take a live look. We don't know yet exactly who is speaking, but let's see if we can listen in to what is happening.
That it did not cause her to kill her mother. We've always believed it was purposeful killing, and the jury has agreed with that sentiment that she purposely did it. She wasn't doing it by accident, and that she wasn't doing it because she was mentally ill. And so we believe they've confirmed our belief from the start in this case.
So Brian, you weren't in the courtroom, so can you explain your role in the trial?
Well, my role in the trial is I supervised the prosecutors that tried this case. And, of course, I was involved in the beginning with the initial case and indictment and charging of the case and some of the negotiations in the case early on. But Brian and Joe tried this case. They put hours and hours in this case, reviewing all of the expert testimony that they had provided to us, because it was obviously their burden to go forward on the not guilty by reason of insanity defense. And they, I think, saw through all the holes and through all the discrepancies in all three of their reports and why they disagreed with each other. And I think the jury saw through it too. So that was my role. It was basically a supervisory role during the trial.
So the defense had 3 mental health experts, including this treating psychiatrist, and you had 1. So how is it that your expert was more credible than theirs, their team of 4?
Well, as you know, quantity and quality are 2 different things. And the fact is that their experts, were paid a lot of money. They're highly qualified experts, but they were paid to come to a certain conclusion, is generally what happens. Otherwise, they wouldn't have hired them. In our situation, we went to a local doctor who is used by this court to evaluate defendants on a regular basis, whether it's for insanity, competency, and she does that on a regular basis. She was not hired. We didn't have to go to New York or some other state to get her. She's right up the street. And matter of fact, I think the fact that she testified, that she just recently testified against our position on the case, that gave her credibility. She doesn't care whose side she's testifying for. She's going to do her report. She's going to give an expert opinion, and it's going to be fair. And I think the fact that they had 3 experts that did not agree amongst themselves probably gave her more credibility, especially because of all the things that Brian and Joe pointed out during the trial that they did not review. They didn't review anything about what happened at the time of the trial. They didn't review her phone records, her conversations. They just reviewed certain things that led them to the conclusion that they were seeking. And so that's why I think our expert, and I say our expert, she's just an expert that we asked to evaluate this case, and I think she came to the right conclusion.
So Brian, how did you reconcile the idea that the victims, or the victims that the law recognizes in this case, the widower, Brenda Powell, and her family, the maternal grandparents, support your defendant?
That is one of the reasons this case, I think, is so difficult, is because there's absolutely no winners in this case. The victim's family is torn apart by this. I know that they wanted to see a different outcome that we couldn't agree on. But the fact is that our responsibility as prosecutor's office is not just to the victims. It's also to the community. And based on the facts and the circumstances of Sydney's actions during that whole entire event, we believe that she could be a danger to other people in the community, and that she was not just a danger to her mother. And so we felt that even though the family wanted one outcome, we felt that justice for the community required another outcome, and that's why we pursued this case. Otherwise, we would have resolved it in some way. So our hearts go out to the family. We understand that we disagree and that they have a different opinion, but that doesn't mean they're not suffering, and I know they're suffering and will continue to suffer, especially, Mr. Powell. I mean, his daughter, his wife, it's incredibly sad.
Now, I understand that they pleaded with you not to prosecute this case. I mean, would that have even been an option?
They asked us not to. They asked us to resolve it for, I believe it was a misdemeanor offense and some community control probation. We did not believe that that's what justice required in this case for the community. And so we just couldn't do that.
So what next? She's scheduled for sentencing next week. What is the state going to recommend?
Well, in Ohio, there's basically only one option at this point. The minimum sentence she can get for a murder is 15 to life. So she will get a 15 to life sentence. The only real issue in this case is whether the judge runs the other charges consecutively, because there's a tampering and a felonious assault. And so those are, 2 to 8 and, up to 3 years. So, the maximum she could get would basically be, 26 years.
26 years day for day?
No, I'm sorry, 26 years to life.
26 years to life.
And that would be a maximum sentence.
But you have some leeway in terms of recommending. Right?
Oh, right. Well, we could recommend anything between 15 to life to up to that 26 to life.
And so what would weigh in her favor for a more lenient sentence as far as you're concerned?
Well, I'm not sure at this point that the difference between 26 to life and 15 to life is what we're concerned about. She would have to go to the parole board no matter what. She could do 15 to life and still get out after 26 years. That's not our biggest concern. Our biggest concern isn't the sentence at this point. She's going to get a minimum 15 to life. And basically our concern is that she was held responsible for killing her mother. And that's our biggest concern. And the judge will take care of the sentencing. She's a great judge, and she will do what she feels is appropriate for the community.
Now there's potentially appeal issues, or do you think this was an error-free trial?
Well, any prosecutor wants to say when they try a case it's an error-free trial. I didn't try it. But I'm sure if we ask Brian and Joe, they're going to tell you that they wished it was, but no trial is without any errors. Whether they're important or significant errors is not the question. It's not our concern. We believe that they did, by rule, what they were required to do. I don't believe that there was any errors that are going to affect the outcome of this case. I believe this judge is very good at keeping control, following the rules of law, and enforcing them within the court. I don't see that as an issue. There will always be an appeal. We know that. There's never been a murder conviction that hasn't had an appeal, as far as I know, after trial. But I'm not overly concerned about any issues in this case.